So not the best start of the video today. I just bumped my eye right in the corner of my passenger door, getting out my backpack. So if my eye's leaking throughout this video, I think I can barely see. If you see my eye leaking, you know why. Today we're back in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada inside the iconic Sahara Hotel and Casino at Chickie's and Pete's. And today I'm taking on their Cheesesteak Fly challenge. This might be the first food challenge I've ever seen advertised on a massive digital marquee, and honestly that feels very on brand for Vegas. All right, so our eye is feeling a lot better. It doesn't hurt, it's not throbbing anymore, and it stopped tearing, so we're good on that part. But in front of me, I have their Cheesesteak Fly challenge. This is one that I wanted to do last time I was in Vegas. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out, but today I'm feeling pretty decent. Since I do have 45 minutes to complete all this, it shouldn't be too difficult, and I'm glad to be wrapping up this long trip. I need some much needed rest after this one. So with that said, let's go out with a bang. Okay. So in 3, 2, 1, timers have started. I think we're pretty even on time. So we have a lot of fries here, but we're gonna go ahead and get into this cheesesteak. That's a really big bun. Alrighty, so this was actually on my hit list during my last trip to California, but by the end of that trip, I was completely wiped out and just headed home. So I decided to save this one for the very last stop of this trip, and I'm glad I did because now I can finally check it off my list. The Cheesesteak Fly challenge has only been around for a few months now with a few of my friends that have taken it on. It features a 3-pound cheesesteak loaded with steak, green peppers, onions, and a generous amount of cheese, all packed on a 2-foot hoagie. On the side, there's a 2-pound basket of their famous crab fries with 2 sides of their creamy cheese sauce. I've got just 45 minutes to finish all the food to get my $100 meal free, a t-shirt, my name engraved on their wall of fame, and $100 in free slot play for the Sahara Casino. That cheesesteak is fantastic, along with the cheese in there, onions, and bell peppers. Now, even though the wall of fame is empty right now, I actually know of 5 people who have already completed the challenge. According to the manager, the names are currently being made and will be added soon. They're specially engraved, so it just takes a bit of time for everything to be produced. I probably should have used gloves. This is getting a little more messy than I thought. Also, I think I need a spoon to spoon all this up. Cheesesteaks are always going to be a bit messy. It's a handheld food loaded with steak and cheese. It's supposed to be a little sloppy. Wearing gloves on a challenge like this would have been kind of ridiculous, so I'm glad I skipped them. I can save them for future challenges I have coming up in Texas where things are 100% guaranteed going to get messy. First half of the sandwich is done. Before we get into the second parts, I think this is cheese they give you, and it comes with crinkle fries. I'm actually really happy they didn't put the cheese on top of the fries and they give you cups instead. It makes my life so much easier. Now, there is an option to add the cheese sauce on the crab fries, but sometimes I like to just have the choice to dip them. I personally don't like fries to get soggy unless my mouth is all jacked up from previous challenges. Then it's actually welcomed. Almost 6 minutes in. There we go. Making really good time so far. It really helps that the bread is nice and soft, and it is also grilled. I love that golden burnt taste on the bread. Now, as you know, we're inside the Sahara Hotel and Casino. This casino originally closed its doors back in 2011, then was rebranded and renovated and reopened in 2014. Then it underwent another major makeover between 2019 and 23 with a $200 million overhaul. I can tell you firsthand it's night and day compared to the old Sahara back when I lived in Las Vegas, and I can vouch, even though I'm not a fan of casinos, this place is a beautiful property. 8.5 minutes in now. Scott was just here last week and he did this challenge, and let's just say he may or may have not broken the record, but I'm sure most of you guys that know who Scott Eats is, you guys probably know he has the new record. So yeah, Scott actually ended up doubling this challenge, which honestly doesn't surprise me. The base challenge is probably too small for him. The funny thing is I was messaging him before walking into the restaurant, and I only found out because he asked me to help him with the thumbnail for this challenge and saw that he doubled it in the photos. The guy is an absolute maniac. And if you're wondering whether he set the new record, you're just gonna have to check out his video to find out. All right, 11 minutes, 42 seconds in. I'm casually eating this, but I'm eating it a little quicker than I thought. Really just enjoying the cheesesteak. I'm actually surprised how easily this cheesesteak is going down. The cheese definitely helps with that, and it just tastes downright good. I will say I've already passed the current record, but I can see how if someone wanted to go full beast mode on it, this would be a great challenge to eat fast. However, for me, I'm just enjoying every bite. 14 minutes, 40 seconds, and all we have left are the fries. I think it's 2 pounds of fries. I think that's what they advertise it as. I think after today, we're gonna have to take a break on burgers and fries. I'm hoping for my next trip to have more variety. And there will be lots of different foods, and thankfully no burgers on the trip to Texas. I think I've had my fair share of burgers on this last trip. But now we're on to the last portion of the challenge, the crab fries. For some reason, I thought the fries were gonna have some crab on them, judging by the name, but all it is are crinkle fries with a secret crab style seasoning with creamy cheese sauce. They do have a little bit of spice to them, but it's not bad at all and rather enjoyable. 20 minutes and 30 seconds in. I think we have maybe half the fries down. Still a lot in there. My lips have a slight tingle to them. Just a few more handful of fries and we're done with this challenge. I can tell you right now, the roof of my mouth is feeling kind of torn up. I cannot wait to get home and just eat a bunch of salads and soups for the next few days. After these long trips, I'm usually completely wrecked for the last 1 or 2 episodes of the trip, so there's a much needed break to recover. Everything was fantastic about today's challenge, and I loved every bite. The next episode takes place in Gainesville, Texas, where I'll be taking on Wolf Den's Wolf It Down Challenge, which I'm excited for because it'll be my first chicken fried steak challenge in Texas. Last 4 fries, and that's a challenge. And huge thank you to everyone here at Chickies and Pete's. They made my time here enjoyable, and thank you for the continued support. 26 minutes, 18 seconds to finish the cheesesteak fly, cheesesteak. I said cheesecake. So 26 minutes and 18 seconds to finish the cheesesteak fly challenge here at Chickie and Pete's inside the Sahara Casino and Hotel. And now I am gonna go and see if I could go home with some money. I had to put in $20 to use the $100 in free slot play. It's the only game I know how to play. Keno. So stupid. All right, well, we didn't win nothing, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss this away. But we did get a t-shirt right here. It is not my size. This thing is really small for an XL. All right, this, trash. I despise gambling. I cannot stand it. When I was a kid, I had a real big issue because I used to gamble illegally, underage. But this is the t-shirt. This is gonna go to my wife because that's not gonna fit me, but most of my challenge t-shirts goes to my wife anyway. But thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed and see you in the next one. Peace.